So this is the meeting of Lord Nityananda in chapter 3 of Majjhikanda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Thank you, Prabhupada, for bringing devotional service to the West and blessing us with the association of Lord Caitanya, Nityananda, Radha and Krishna, and all their wonderful associates. We are, I know I am, I think we are all eternally indebted to you forever. Thank you for your service, and thank you for giving us service to do for you. Yeah, and so that we can advance in our Krishna consciousness and become lovers of God. Glory, glory to Lord Caitanya, the Lord of my life. Glory, glory to Lord Caitanya, the Master of Nityananda and Gaurahari. Glory, glory to Lord Caitanya, who is conquered by Advaita and the other devotees. O Lord, please give me the gift of pure devotional service. Please deliver this poor and wretched person. Staying in Navadvip with his associates, Lord Caitanya floated in the happiness of devotional service. The Lord loved the devotees like his own life breath. Embracing them and calling out Krishna, he wept. Seeing the Lord's great spiritual love, the devotees around him in the four directions wept. Seeing Lord Caitanya's devotional love, even persons whose heart were like stones and dried wood became overwhelmed with love. Let's see. Here we go. Seeing Lord Caitanya's devotional love, even persons whose hearts were like stones or dried wood became overwhelmed with love. You see how this kind of bhakti is spread? Again, we were reading this, talking about this morning. Is by seeing devotees overwhelmed with devotional love for God, sincere devotional love for God. It moves our hearts. We pick up the rays from this. This is, because it's this pure love. It's the purest of love. It's not love reposed on any mundane person for mundane motives in this. It's just pure, natural love of the soul for the Supreme Soul. It's in all of us, just waiting to be awakened. And it's the devotees that ignite it. See? That's why Lord Caitanya, he didn't come as Krishna, or in that mood. He came as Lord Caitanya in the mood of Radha's love for Krishna. He came in that mood. Yeah. So this is seeing devotees in love with God. See, it's kind of it's an intimate thing, and that's why often Vaishnavas hide this kind of love, because people they're not ready for it. They can't understand it, or they misunderstand it. So many things like that. So, but ultimately, when one of the purposes of the books being written and distributed, like Nectar of Devotion, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Srimad Bhagavatam, is to get us familiar with this kind of love. These loving mellow exchanges between God and his devotee. There's tears and crying and laughing and all of this. Because when we're familiar with it and we accept it, we're favorable to it, then we can get it, because that's how you get it. You just get close to devotees, who are like that, and you just give some honor to it, and you don't, judge it or criticize it, because it puts distance. See? That's this the idea of the awe and reverent worship of God, like in Vaikuntha. It's more distance from the Lord's real mentality underneath it, and the Lord reciprocates. He remains a little more distant. See, because the closer you get to the Lord, you see He's just full of this love, and He just loves you. He can't just go and embrace people in the Vaikuntha, in a mood like that, because they think, "Oh Lord, we're just, don't touch us. You're the King of Kings and the God of Gods. We're just." You can't get close like this. Okay. So we need to be around devotees who are close with the Lord and comfortable with the Lord. See, like this, and then we start to get that mood also, and we become a little more comfortable. Because of being around such devotees, they're a little more intimate. So turning from wealth, children, and home, the devotees chanted the holy names day and night in the Lord's company. Okay. Sounds like a bad thing, huh? Turning from wealth, children, and home? Oh my God, that is insane. Did they force themselves to do that? No, it's just a product of association. And just like here, the more we come here and hear and chant about the Lord, you get more of a taste and more of a taste, a deeper taste. And then it becomes like, hey man, when's the next session? It becomes a priority instead of on the back burner. See? So being bereft of the association of devotees it actually puts us in separation once we get a taste of it, and then we start to want that, to hanker it, and then we make sure that we're close to it as much as possible. Yeah, and the more attracted we get, you start naturally turning, not false, artificial, just naturally turning towards the family of God. See? Especially and this is where you get, in those who are intensely worshiping a particular incarnation, okay, like Lord Caitanya, Radha, and Krishna, you turn towards that family of those devotees. And of course you're kind and nice to everybody, and you help everybody, but actually your family, your intimate, it's more like this, your most intimate family are those devotees who are intimate with the Lord, like you want to be or you are. See, Raganuga Bhakti principle is not that you necessarily have to be like those really advanced devotees, very intimate with the Lord. No, you just have to want to be. See, because by wanting to be, you can, and being favorable to their association, you just automatically get elevated to it by being close, not by your great sadhana. Lord Chaitanya said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's very rare that one attains Vraj Bhakti by sadhana and chanting mantras and austerities and building wells and doing good deeds, and all of this is very rare. But it's attained through those who chant the holy names with great devotional ecstasy. See? It's Lord Chaitanya's opinion. See, they're teaching us how to get closer and closer to reality, to the deeper reality. We have such a chance here. It's just amazing. Because of being in this disciplic line with Lord Chaitanya, from Lord Chaitanya, and having an association with Prabhupada and all of this, we may not be up there and all, really advanced and turning from wife and home and all that, but we're in the line. We're standing in line and we're moving forward towards that direction. Even in Vaikuntha, there's still a lot of them, they're not, They're just there, They're with their awe and reverent worship. They don't even maybe know about this line. It's more intimacy. We're open to it. We're favorable to that mood. Yeah. So we're lucky. Hearing about Lord Krishna, Lord Caitanya became overwhelmed with love. Accepting the role of a devotee, for 6 hours Lord Caitanya would weep like the Ganga. For 6 hours. This is how we tell. This is how they identified Lord Caitanya as not only just a devotee, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and not just Krishna, but Krishna in the mood of Radha, because the devotees back then were very intelligent. They were from Vrindavan in the previous life, so they know. They could see. Well, look at these symptoms. See, that's how you tell who is a devotee, who's who. By their symptoms. See? They saw Lord Caitanya, wow, he has more intelligence than any devotee we've ever seen. He must be something, he must be an incarnation of the Lord. Okay? Look at that love. He has more love than even Krishna does, because he must be in the mood of Radha. You think Lord Caitanya wasn't just going around saying, they identified the symptoms of a devotee. See? So that's how, ultimately devotees are identified by their symptoms. And it's not always easy to identify. How can you identify Nityananda when he goes up to a young girl and says, "Will you marry me?" You might think this guy's crazy. Huh? There were some Brahmins were confused by Nityananda. They couldn't identify these qualities in his purity, his innocence. He just wanted the girls to marry God, This is very good. Very good thing.
They got guys in the movies doing that all the time, walking up saying, marry me. In the movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, this movie with the Lord's traveling show, Sankirtan show, they did many colorful pastimes. Yeah, Lord Nityananda, we used to go in to steal milk. He would go and just drink it right from the udders, and the people come running out. Haridas was there, and they come running out after Haridas. They're running down the road. All kinds of funny things, Nityananda would just rip his. He would come present himself before the devotees with no clothes. Sometimes Advaita, he said, "This Nityananda, he made me a madman. You look at this." He ripped off his clothes and started dancing. I don't know, man. I always loved this Leela. I just love this stuff, man. From the very beginning, I thought, man, that's the life, man. This is good. Why don't we hear more about this stuff? Devotees reading Bhagavatam in a very grave voice and all of this. But, here the fun stuff is just this wild Leela of Lord Caitanya. That's Vrindavan. Like when Prabhupada, was one neophyte devotee asked Prabhupada, "What's going on in Vrindavan?" He looked at him, knew he was neophyte, said, "Just a lot of nonsense, man." Because it seems like nonsense. That's why devotees don't talk about it, even. Vaishnavas, they don't talk about the Leela in that way, and it seems irreverent. It is irreverent, because, that's the mood. It's irreverent, rip your clothes off, or even glorify that. Here we are, glorifying, ripping the clothes off, and, stealing milk. What are you glorifying that? That's irreverent, man. That's how it is. So when the Lord laughed, he laughed for 3 hours. When he fell unconscious, for 3 hours he did not breathe. Sometimes he would manifest his true nature, proudly declaring, I am he, and he would laugh. See, we have to understand, the devotees they were divinely intoxicated. See, so it's almost like you see a bunch of drunks, and they're just kind of just relaxed, just saying things that they probably shouldn't say, or stuff like that. That's divine intoxication. It's like that. That's Vrindavan. They're all intoxicated on the name of Krishna. That's why Krishna doesn't want to leave Vrindavan. He's too intoxicated, and he loves it, addicted to it. This is his best. My God, it's so juicy here. Yeah, because even in Dwarka or Mathura, there's a little more reverence there, and a little less this intoxicated state. It's a little more proper, and a little more warrior-like, and not just this drunken, ecstatic mood. So I point these things out because I like to. This is where it's all going. If one wants to go there, they don't have to. You can go to Vaikuntha, this place, or Dwarka, or somewhere else. Bhakti Rab, he wants to go to, where's it? He wants to go to Ayodhya, I think. He didn't say, but he's worshipping Lord Ram, so he likes that. So, then Lord Chaitanya, again reciting a verse about Akura's journey, he fell like a stick to the ground. Then Lord Chaitanya became like Akura, his external consciousness now far away. He said, O Nanda, please come with Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. We will all see the great royal festival of the Danya Yurna Yagna. Okay? So the Lord, he's just relishing verses, the mellows in the verses. See, that's a scholar. A scholar is not somebody who's memorized the whole Bhagavatam even, or anything. A great scholar is one who relishes the holy name, fame, pastimes of Krishna. Because the knowledge you get by doing the tasting and relishing is a different kind of knowledge than memorization. It's experienced knowledge. See? Lord Chaitanya is God. See? He's an experienced personality. He's the reservoir of all rasas. He's Rasika Nandana, the best relisher of all ras, besides Radha. More, she's better than him. Okay. So, the Lord has the deepest knowledge, and Radha has it even deeper because of their relishing the name of God, the pastimes of God. That's so. If you want to learn something from the devotees, don't go to a person that has just memorized the Bhagavatam. Even go to a person who relishes devotional mellows. Then you can really learn something. Okay? In our line, there was not to put anybody down, but use it as a learning experience. The person's dead now. He memorized the whole Bhagavatam, and Prabhupada even came up with this. I just want to point out for instruction purpose. He memorized the whole Bhagavatam. I won't even name any names, okay? And the whole Bhagavatam, he knew the whole thing. Even when Bhakti Siddhanta was, older and he couldn't remember a verse or something, he was right there and he would quote it. Very learned, very Brahminical, and all of this. Bhakti Siddhanta passes away. He didn't say this person's an acharya. See, acharya means basically experienced relisher of devotional mellows. That means you can teach bhakti because you taste it. You really relish it. He didn't mention anything. Prabhupada didn't mention that this person should be acharya. But they appointed They thought, well, God, he's so intelligent and everything. Let's appoint him acharya, and we need this, and he's definitely qualified. Well, I don't know. Our guru probably didn't know, or something. I don't know, something. Yeah. See, but even like sannyasis and Brahmins, they often don't understand the essence of devotional service is all in relishing mellows. That's why Lord Caitanya came here, is to relish mellows and to teach it. Teach that this is where it's going, man. This is it. Relishing mellows, devotional mellows. Yeah. Prabodhananda Sarasvati was lamenting so much in his poem. He said, where is that great teacher, Lord Caitanya? As I'll paraphrase. Where is that great teacher, Lord Caitanya, who taught in a way that no one else taught? He taught by relishing these verses, just like this. See? In this way, he's tasting. Now he's understanding the deepest knowledge. See? Through that. Tasting. Where is that kind of teaching? Because as soon as the Lord disappeared, that way of teaching also started to dwindle. And it was only in devotees like Narottam, Shyamananda, on the Goswamis, they knew how to learn and to teach by relishing mellows. And then after they started disappearing, then for like 200 years, people, Vaishnavism was not really respected that much because it became covered over, the real path that Lord Caitanya brought. See, and then it gets uncovered. And who uncovers it? Personalities who relish mellows, like Bhakti Vinod Thakur, like Bhakti Siddhanta, like Prabhupada. They get empowered by relishing mellows to understand the essence of what Lord Chaitanya's mission is and how to propagate it and do that, you see. But there's only one out of 1,000 devotees generally can relish devotional mellows. That's why it took that kind of potency to restart, to give it a kickstart again, Vaishnavism, this line.
Quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just out of curiosity, in my readings recently, am I incorrect in thinking that the teacher of Mahaprabhu was Advaita?
Well, yeah, Advaita, or Lord Caitanya respected him as like his guru because Advaita was initiated by Madhavendra Puri. Okay? And Lord Caitanya was initiated by Ishvara Puri. See, the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. So, according to the etiquette, Lord Caitanya respected Advaita Acharya as his guru and teacher and all of that. And Advaita just didn't like that at all. He didn't like it at all. He would take every opportunity to turn that around. He even went so far as to teach Mayavadi philosophy to attract the attention of the Lord to come and beat him up. And Advaita said, you see, this is proof that you're the teacher. You come here to chastise me and teach me that bhakti is supreme.
Okay, that's kind of my take on it too. So I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, once the son of Shivananda Sain, the son of Advaita, he comes and he asks Advaita, who is Lord Chaitanya's guru? And so Advaita's thinking, well, I can answer according to the etiquette. He said, who's his guru, his sannyas guru? And he says, Keshava Bharti is the guru, the sannyas guru of Lord Caitanya. And his 5-year-old son came and says, how dare you say such baloney like that? Lord Caitanya he's He's the teacher of the whole universe. And you're saying that Keshava Bharti, not a condition, a liberated soul, but a jiva soul is his teacher? Are you this? You will spoil the world. And Lord Chaitanya or Advaita was astonished when he heard that. He thought, "Wow, my son is blessed by the Lord to have such intelligence at only 5 years old." Yeah, not everybody was in Advaita's family was like Vaishnav. Some went on the Mayavadi path and stuff, I think. So one day, after hearing a verse about Lord Varaha, Lord Chaitanya roared and went to Murari's house. As Lord Ramachandra dearly loved Hanuman, so Lord Chaitanya